It's been a long time coming, man. I'm still at it.
Lately I've been in the zone like 3, 4. Putting overtime, I'm in beast mode. I hustle and I pray and then repeat both. I'm barely getting sleep, I swear I need more.
What up, world? Hemingway checking in, and I am still at it, man. So listen, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. Click the notification bell. That way you'll get all my notifications for my videos, my music, my remixes, my Still At It Sundays, everything I got coming this year, man. So today, it's story time today. It's story time. So this is about the time that I performed for Atlantic Records, right? I'm putting this one out there just because, for one, I want to do more story times. Two, I want to make sure I'm doing more story times related to music and my experiences in music. I got some ones that's just some stuff that's been crazy growing up, you know what I'm saying, getting older and stuff like that, but I want to make sure I kick out the music ones first so y'all know what this is about. Like, I'm an artist, this is what I'm doing. This is about the time that I performed for Atlantic Records. This was back in 2011, and they're still doing this to this day. Not to today because of COVID, so they shouldn't be doing none of this, but prior to what, 2019, it was still a lot of these situations where you would see these A&R performance, pay to perform, pay for a meeting, pay to get a listen, or sell tickets to perform at these shows. As I got older, I realized how much it was just a scam, and it still is a scam. Like, it's moved online, and you know, since 2011, oh man, the way it's working online, and with, you know, when Instagram first was coming up and all that stuff, like the A&R thing is moving crazy because artist development and A&R had kind of to a degree, it vanishes in and out of the game to a degree. So artist development really ain't there no more, and A&Rs are still there, but you know, the position has just been modified, or it's different. You know, it's different from what it used to be to a degree. There's some people who still do it on that high level, but when you talk about people just in their bio saying they're A&R for this, that, and the third, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of them are just managers. And anyways, the whole scam or the whole thing is ultimately you get tricked out of some money or get asked for some money just for you to have this slot. And the mentality that you need to understand that labels are actually looking for, and this is just something I learned, is that the way the model of the game is now, we all know, like, you got to get hot first. And if you get hot first with an actual more than one song, with the actual catalog, or at least 5 or more singles that is doing something, then you have a little bit more leverage and you can make things work in your favor. But ultimately they want somebody who's already hot and, you know what I'm saying, moving and working and doing things like that and going in that direction, so that way they can just pour gasoline on the fire. When you're thinking about you paying to perform in front of an A&R who this is probably his off day, or was paid to be here just to do this, from the door fee and the pay to perform fees that y'all are giving in, which nobody ever seems to think about that. You know, you start to realize that it's really just a hustle. If you was that hot, the labels or the managers or the A&Rs or whatever would be reaching out to you. That's how it's supposed to work. Like, it took me a while to realize that, but that's how it's supposed to go. I realized it when I left there. And it's actually an old vlog I got up on my page. I'll share the link down and put a clip or something. But when I left there, me and my homie who performed, it's like, I was like, yeah, that's, you know, nah, bro, that was lame. That shit was whack. Like, nah, we gotta do that shit like Rockefeller, like, just independent. Like, you know, at the time, I'm like, you just gotta do that shit independent, man, because they not really looking for nobody in Myrtle Beach. They not looking for no star for real. Like, he wasn't really, you know, and the A&R dude, he still worked now. He worked for Capitol Records, I remember his name. Like, he was a real A&R. Like, he's really an A&R. Like, he's real. He's not no bullshit. But at the same time, you know, they wasn't really looking to sign nobody. So $50 to perform, came in, me and my homie performed. We both performed. And if it wasn't me, you know, there was a particular artist that I felt like overall, because I did understand there was a appearance aspect of it when you're talking to a label. And you know, I was just coming up, so I kind of knew that in the back of my head, but I was like, I'm gonna be as fresh as I can be. But this particular dude, you know, he was a little bit more established, and I was like, yo, if anything, dude had a chain and his own mic. I'm like, if anything, this dude gonna get, you know, something, a deal, a mic, you know, a talk to or something, a meeting. But I don't think that was the case, and I'm like, oh, y'all ain't even bruh, like, y'all not looking for no artist for real. Like, that's it right there. Like, I was 2 years into making music, so I was like, I knew I could rap my ass off, but I was like, making songs and all that is different, the overall artist package. Once I realized that, I was like, whatever. And it was telling me about, at the time, when it's 2011, I graduated 19, 20, 20. So I was 21 at the time, and I was saying something to the guy who set it up. He wasn't an A&R. He actually had an artist development company. I guess I can tell that story later, but that was a whole nother lane. It just, yeah. Anyways, he had an artist development company. He was just basically talking to me about like my appearance and, you know, my age and how long it takes to blow up and all this industry, blah, 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 blah. Like, once I really realized a few years after that, I was like, okay, I'm really aiming to be an independent artist. And it's always great to get a deal and really blow yourself up as an artist like that. But, cause I mean, I'd be lying if I wasn't saying I didn't want to be on the radio or be like the #1 artist overall. But I really like to make good music, and I'm really a good person, and I really care. I'm learning enough to know now not to care overall what people think, but like I care what the people who like my music think as far as the degree of just not kicking no bullshit out. I like to have a certain type of energy and aim with certain songs. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's about love and heartbreaks and ups and downs. And sometimes it's just some live ass, energetic, motivational turn up, you know, like I got them 3 lanes. Like that's what I do. All in all, like for you trying to get, you know what I'm saying, to people that are still trying to get deals and shit like that, it's a certain thing they're looking for. And if you're paying to perform in front of artists, if you're paying to perform in front of these A&Rs, and it's particularly performing in front of artists, like most of these situations, you paying this money to perform, $50 to $150 to $200, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's another artist that's gonna be there that's bigger than you, and it's already nothing but artists in the crowd, like it's just going to be an artist on artist event. And then even if it is a situation where it's an A&R or somebody who's supposed to be up there, it's like, you just gotta check people's credentials, man, and see if they really still with the people they say they're with and what's really going on, because a lot of that shit is just scamming people out of money, and artists still don't know it. Because of COVID, half of that shit's been shut down, unless you still like in Atlanta or certain places where it's like wide the fuck open. But I mean, people still getting their money took. And you can invest that shit into yourself or go to your local social media marketer. Somebody that you know around you who understand ads. They might not understand music, but they understand ads. And you can spend that money on yourself as far as making your brand bigger. That shit, I never forget that shit, man. Landon Records 2011, $50 to perform. I guess I ain't make the cut, but I now understand what that was about. And I'm just making this video because the shit is real, and I want younger artists to understand that like that's not how it goes. It's just not how it goes. And this is a side note, it's funny, but this is just me having like, I didn't hear it. There was a manager who hit me to it. So I was like walking in, he was meeting me downstairs, I was walking in, and I was like, yo, so I just was trying to ask some industry type question, because I felt like that dude was like, I thought he was really tied in, which he did have some connections and stuff like that. But I was like, yo, so who you think is gonna be next in the industry? And this is 2011, and I was like, who you think is gonna be like next in the industry or be hot or whatever? And he was like, man, everybody's talking about Future. Honestly, I think Future gonna really be that. And in my head, I'm like, not even in my head, I think I told him, I'm like, Future? Like, I just started hearing about Future. I'm like, Future? I don't know if this dude know what he's talking about, bruh. And as we all know, man, you know what I'm saying, Pluto was out of here. So I remember that, like, I'll never forget those particular aspects of the day, man, and then leaving and then just being like, why the fuck, you know what I'm saying, like I was the best rapper and whoop-de-whoop. Like, a lot of that shit, man, you know, it'll fuck your head up. And it's just unnecessarily trials and tribulations you go through as an artist, struggling artist, upcoming artist, or whatever. But the A&R situations, if they come into you, that means you're doing something right. If they come into you asking for bread, that means it's just not, you know what I'm saying? Because trust me, if you hot enough, they're gonna be trying to make some money with you, or, you know what I'm saying, get some money. Like, they not gonna be trying to ask you for money for shit like that. They're gonna be trying to go take you to get a bigger check. So make sure y'all follow me everywhere at Hemingway, H3MINGWAY. You'll find me on all digital streaming platforms and all my social media platforms. Everything is the same, man. Until next time, I'm out.